Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you're keeping really well. It's nice to have some cool weather again. So this video, really just addressing the question that Diana asked, if there was a way to help to improve energy. I believe Diana mentioned she has chronic fatigue syndrome. So what I figured I would do was I will do a video on how to improve your energy, but in this video I kind of wanted to work in reverse. Let's look at what are your energy suckers, like what are the top things that suck your energy. I know a lot of you are really smart. You already know this. I know a lot of my clients already know this. I'm just here to remind people. That's really all I do. I just remind people and hold them accountable. People know this stuff. They don't necessarily like to hear it. They roll their eyes and they don't want to take action, but reminders can be helpful. So what are the top energy suckers in our life? Apart from people who suck the energy out of you, and there are many of them, the top one would, I'm going to say this because I say it all the time. Sleep is number one. Your top energy sucker is crappy sleep or poor sleep. If you're not prioritizing sleep, for whatever reason, that's on you. That is on you. Like, most adults need approximately 9 hours of sleep at night. You think of the amount of energy that your body uses. Your brain uses 30% of your energy alone. Now you add in like work, you add in workouts, you're going for walks, you're cleaning the house, taking care of kids, taking care of husband, wife, whatever, that's a lot of energy. So sleep really is number one. Most people don't prioritize sleep, especially at this time of the year. I don't even know if it's this time of the year. It could be all times of the year. People want to stay up later. They want to sit on the deck. They want to socialize. That really means you're not prioritizing your sleep. Again, 9 hours is really good for most people, especially if you want to be optimal, especially if you want to have reduced inflammation, which we'll get to, optimal thyroid function. You have to prioritize sleep. Come on, there's nothing on Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything that's good enough to justify you not getting to sleep at a reasonable time. Reasonable time for me, and what I recommend to most of my clients, is between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's a reasonable time. I do go to bed earlier, but sleep is a big priority to me. So if you're staying up to watch TV or to socialize, you really kind of have to get your head in the game. Do I want to continue to feel rubbish and be suboptimal? So that's on you. That really is on you. I also have a problem with waking up too early in the morning. Getting up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning is insane. You are going to pay that back to your body. The human body, not many instances should we be up at 4 or 4:30. I know everyone's schedule is different, but it's not a good idea in my opinion. Sleeping from 9 to 6, that's a really good target. What else is going to suck your energy? Oh, this is a good one. Overworking. A lot of people overwork. And I mean in your career. Whatever your career is, if you're overworking for whatever reason, maybe you're doing it to distract yourself from life's problems, that is going to be an energy sucker, because not only are you obviously physically overworking, generally if someone is overworking to self-medicate while they're working, those negative thoughts of the relationship they're struggling with or whatever pain they're trying to medicate, those thoughts are fermenting. They're continuing to manifest in your brain, and that takes up a lot of energy. That's something to consider. Junk food. It's the time of the year. I always say that this time of the year is not a good time of the year to focus on weight loss, because as much as we have good intentions, most people are off track in the summer because there's so many adventures to be had, so many patio drinks, barbecues, whatever it is. But you have to understand, I'm not against this type of eating per se. Everything is in balance in context. But if you're continuously doing it all summer and you're just lethargic and fatigued, you have to look at your nutrition. These foods, they affect your energy system on so many levels. Apart from not being able to make ATP in the mitochondria, you will drain a lot of energy through digestion, through increasing serotonin, through increasing systemic inflammation. Like it's a mess. Food does a lot more than people think. So it's great to have fun and enjoy the summer, but if you're starting to feel really rubbish and like I'm exhausted going around, and you're not prioritizing your sleep, you gotta look at your food. It has to be balanced. Everything has to be balanced. Low thyroid, something I talk about a lot. Like usually the first thing I'm looking at after, like, how is your sleep? How is your nutrition? Then it's like, have you had your thyroid tested? I think thyroid is more prominent in society than most people believe. Obviously for the people who work with me and come to me, they're generally looking for some help with their health. So they're already having health issues, which puts them in that like 80% category of there's a high chance there's hypothyroidism here. Once the thyroid slows down, everything slows down. That includes energy production. The mitochondrial spinning heads, they slow down. Like just everything slows down. And you're not making energy because you've low thyroid and you're eating crappy food and you're not prioritizing your sleep. The answer is generally there for most people. Another one is, I've noticed a lot of people like to think they move more than they actually move. You get yourself a good tracker and you will get a nice wake-up call. On average, most people should be getting 10 to 12,000 steps a day. Now, the 10,000 number was literally just pulled out of the air by some Japanese study about a decade ago. But it is a good target, and that is where we see the health benefits. Most people are not moving as much as they think they are, and they're not expending as many calories as they think they are either. Again, get yourself a good tracker and you'll get a nice awakening. Like I wear a Whoop, and for my type of lifestyle, I'm averaging 1,700 calories a day to 2,200 calories. That's a lot. And I purposely go out of my way to optimize my thyroid, my metabolism, move a lot, exercise a lot. I have a higher basal metabolic rate than a lot of people. So most people, they're just not moving. They think they're moving, but they're not. Your 20-minute walk in the morning could be great, might get you 3,000 steps in, but if that's all you're doing for the day and then you're kind of just pottering around watching TV, you're not moving as much as you think you are. Now, the thing with moving is movement creates energy. And it's almost like you're forcing energy production. The more you move, the more activity that not only the cells and the tissues get, but blood flow and lymph flow gets as well. So movement really does create energy. The more you move, and it's so funny because people are like, oh, I can't go for a walk or I can't work out because I'm too tired. I get it, but if you force yourself to do that, I promise you will feel better and you won't regret it. You will definitely not regret it because, again, you need to move to make energy. You need to send these signals to your body. The body works a lot on signals. Where these signals come from is going to be based on your lifestyle, like how much you move, what hours do you sleep, what food do you put in your mouth, the thoughts you think. Like our thoughts are very draining. They can use up a lot of energy, especially negative thoughts. So the more you have negative thoughts, the more exhausted you're going to be. For a lot of people, I think that's something that they need to look at. Like, why do I feel so bad? What's going through my head? Why is that going through my head? Why am I stuck in negativity? Another thing that will be, and probably the last that I'll touch on for now, that is a big energy sucker is inflammation. Inflammation will slow down thyroid function and metabolic function. It'll stop the mitochondria and the spinning heads from even making energy. Like you're literally stopping energy production at an at a cellular level if you have a lot of inflammation, especially systemic, because systemic, it's going right through you, right up to your thyroid. And that has, like, not to go down a rabbit hole, has a huge ripple effect when you're looking at the parathyroid and ACTH production and how that all affects just everything. Inflammation is a big one. Now, with the time of the year, it would be negligible of me to not mention the heat. Heat can be quite draining. A lot of people will get very tired in the heat. Now, why? Why is that? Okay, well, it could be that you're sweating a lot and you're losing a lot of minerals. You need a ton of minerals to make energy. That could be one. But if you're out in the sun a lot and you're just exhausted, you see a lot of people need to nap in the sun. That actually can be an indicator that there is metabolic dysfunction there, because the sun is supposed to optimize energy production. It's supposed to increase energy production. The sun supports the mitochondria. So if you're finding that the sun makes you tired, that generally tells us there's some metabolic dysfunction there. So something maybe to keep in mind. And then the smoke with the wildfire smoke. Now that will exhaust you because that is a huge stressor on your body. Wildfire smoke, obviously we have different levels of the air quality, but some people, even at like level 1, they're feeling like totally drained and swollen. Their throat is swelling up. They've got fluid retention. They've got headaches. The air quality and the wildfire smoke, it will be like a huge stressor, but not on your system as you're thinking of it, on the immune system as well, because you're like, this is poison. It's coming into your body, and your immune system, your whole body has to deal with that. So when there's a lot of wildfire smoke, you can expect, like, I don't think anyone is exempt. You're going to have a lot of symptoms and lethargy, fatigue, exhaustion, just struggling to do your daily chores. That's going to be a big one. I was like, last week I felt just discombobulated. I could do what I could do, but it wasn't what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. I had high hopes to get through my to-do list, but that smoke kicked my butt last week. And again, I've spoken, I have hypothyroidism, terrible circulation, have to stay on top of it all day, every day for the rest of my life. But that smoke just got me last week. So that will affect energy production. So these are some of the main energy suckers. People annoying you, that'll suck your energy. Kids, they'll suck your energy. Alcohol, of course, will suck your energy because it depletes minerals and antioxidants and it impairs energy production. Alcohol literally slows down your metabolism. Again, I'm not totally against all this stuff at this time of the year, but you have to understand balance is key. Yeah, those will be my top energy suckers. So first, you're looking at your sleep. You gotta be real with yourself. Like, come on, am I staying up late to scroll on the phone, or am I watching something ridiculous on Netflix that is not improving my life whatsoever, and it's definitely not paying my bills, it's actually hurting my bank account? And then the food, there's the notion of, oh, it's summer, I'll get back on track in September. I get it, like I totally do. I've had some extra treats over the summer. I still try to stay on plan as much as possible, but I have some extra treats. But I see a lot of people are totally off plan over the summer. And now they're starting to feel rubbish. We're coming to the end of July now, and now people are like, oh, really? Another month of this? Another 5 or 6 weeks before I can get back on track? Well, no, you could get back on track today if you wanted to. But it really will drain your energy because of like the huge ripple effect that happens when we eat shit food. That's about it. I'll do another video on like how to optimize energy. Again, like I said at the start of this video, most of y'all know, you know these answers. I'm just here to remind you and hold you accountable. I hope this was somewhat helpful, maybe a little bit entertaining. If you've got questions, pop them in the comments and I will respond. Okay, have a great Monday, everyone.